There we go. The map is loading. Welcome everyone to Berlingrad LE. Map number 1 in this best of 3 series. And spawning here, the third player 14 Super, coming all the way from Brazil. My favorite to qualify today. This is TheZergLord.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have his opponent. Also representing Team Super, the Peruvian Protoss player, it is Tiratuga.
That was awful, mate. Don't do that again.
Wait, after casting for 3 days, my voice can't handle a guy, okay? It can't do it. It can't do it.
That was the only guy that you're gonna utter all week.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Here we go. We're getting into our ZvP. Again, I'm a little bit concerned for the ZergLord. I 100% agree with you though. He is one of the favorites to qualify. He's a beast. He's a monster. He's made it to the closed qualifiers before.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't realize that Tiratuga is also on Team Super.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Again, mate, if you're teamless, they will pick you up. they're coming for you, mate. They're coming for you.
Yeah, if you currently hold any players in your team, don't let them go.
Yeah, as soon as you do, Team Super will gobble them up. And yeah, so it is a bit of a team kill, I guess, between these two players. Oh my god, actually a massive team kill, because the winner of this goes up against Tavo, who's also on Team Super.
I mean, I think that's the plan, mate. If you get all the players, you will always get players in your important tournaments.
True. Not wrong. Oh, God. So far, if we see a little bit of a dance here, Tiratuga being as annoying as possible with his probe, but we'll back off, and yeah, our eyes are kind of on him, or my eyes at least are on him to see what the hell he's got in store for us, as it's usually the Protoss who dictates the pace and the Zerg that reacts.
I gotta be honest, mate. After watching the previous Protoss in the previous round, seeing like a normal Protoss now, I feel a little.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say boring, but boring.
I would say it's a jarring kind of like switch of styles and pace, and it makes me feel uneasy. It's like it's like something's wrong here. Why is there no proxy in the middle of the map, you know? What's going on? Is he really Protoss?
Punara the Mega. He has now made Protoss boring.
Exactly. Who else can hold a candle to the Mega? As we are seeing more standard play with a Stargate opener. And the Stargate is at home.
Yes, it's going to be a normal Stargate. It's going to be one Oracle, at least one Oracle. And just in time, the Overlord is starting to move out to scout.
Oh, exactly. I love this. The Overlord is going to dive in and will scout that there is no Void Ray, and will confirm that an Oracle is going to be coming out across the map.
Now the question is, after this Oracle, what else is going to pop out of there? A second Oracle?
Oh.
Void Ray maybe? Oh, it's going to be a second Oracle. So yeah, Tiratuga is going to be pretty aggressive in the air early on.
Oh yeah, he's looking to deal that damage. The first Oracle is already zooming out across the map. We do have spores on the way for the ZergLord, but they're not quite ready yet. But the Queens are in position, and boom, they already zone out that Oracle. Yeah,
a couple of push shots to begin with, and the Oracle now needs to be extra careful. And is Tiratuga gonna try and do something with this? I don't think so. Oh, Revelation.
Oh, it does pop that Revelation on the Queens. Want to keep an eye on them, especially because he didn't just make 2 Oracles. He has a 3rd Oracle on the way as well.
Mate, what happens if there's a 4th?
That's disgusting, mate. That's we don't. I don't want to even like entertain that idea.
No, it's like watching Has once more.
Exactly. It's like, wait, what are you doing? This isn't your region. Get out of here.
No, unfortunately, it's gonna be only a 3. 3 is gonna be the top number of Oracles that we're gonna see this game. Now the question is, with 3 Oracles, one-shotting a drone is extremely easy.
Oh yeah.
Even if you have Queens, even if you have sports, it is very likely that you're gonna lose some workers.
Mate, with 3
Especially
oracles
now because mate, he's going with adepts as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, with 3 oracles and with 3 adepts, you can even target down some queens, but one of the oracles already sustaining a lot of damage. Really good target fire there by the ZergLord to focus on that weakened oracle, and Tiratuga, he doesn't get anything done.
Funara the Mega in the chat. Imagine expanding. No forge. Question mark.
He's like, no forge? What a clown. God damn it, T-Mega. Oh god, you know, sometimes there are such things as honorable Protosses. I'm not saying that Tiratuga is one of them, but you know, they can exist. They can exist.
But yeah, so both players are gonna be just happy to back off and macro a little bit more, and now we see that the ZergLord is gonna go for Spire Mate.
Yeah, exactly. He does have his Roach Warren just to be safe, just in case, but he does have a hidden Spire in the natural. At the moment, it is the job of these oracles to get towards that natural base and get a scout, but instead he goes for the main.
Yeah, he goes for the main. One of the oracles was immediately picked up. I believe that was the one that was in bad health to begin with. And only for worker skill. I was expecting more, to be honest.
Yeah, 4 workers for one oracle like that isn't really worth it, and I'm worried because he didn't get into the natural. He hasn't seen the Spire. He doesn't know about the potential of Mutas.
Definitely. The question is, how much Mutas do you expect to see this game mate? Because at the same time, the ZergLord is building a lot of roaches. There's not gonna be a lot of gas left.
True, the ZergLord, he's gonna have the tech available, but he's not gonna have a mass Muta switch, unfortunately. It's always going to be available to him, though. He can maybe go into it later on and maybe start +1 air attack now for the time being, as he is actually working on a pretty strong, pretty sizable Roach army. And then he's going to need it.
Yeah, 15 roaches in the map, plus a few Ravagers that are building more pimp at the moment. And here we go, the army of Tiratuga is here in the middle of the map, but he's overcreeped. Be careful.
Yeah, exactly. Like, his army is okay, but he doesn't have a War Prism. He cannot reinforce this army. As, oh my god, the oracles overextend a little bit. He does have eyes on the Roach Ravager, so he will be able to rotate around and meet them.
+1 attack is about to finish for the ZergLord. Is this enough? I don't think this is enough roaches to break in, right?
Maybe not enough roaches, but we have lings to reinforce. We have 24 more lings in production as well. Again, Mutas are not going to be on the cards. The ZergLord wants to go with Ling Bane Roach Ravager, and this can definitely work, especially if we don't have a lot of force fields. We only have a single sentry with this army.
Ooh, only 1 sentry, definitely not gonna be enough, especially once the Baneling starts rolling in. Do we have Blink? I think we have Blink, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we have Blink. Charge is about to finish as well.
Oh boy, so Tiratuga is going for just pure mass gateway right now. No Colossus, no Disruptors, no Immortals. He wants to get into Archons, but again, his army right now just isn't the most sophisticated.
Oh wow, that's a big ball of Zealots on one side of the map. On the other side of the map, did Banelings connect? I didn't see, but these Zealots are gonna be dealt with, possibly with these roaches. And a couple of extra Banelings. This is always good to fight against melee units.
Yeah, the Zealots are going to be forced all the way back home. But at the same time, the ZergLord, he was trying to get an expansion up and running. It looks like Tiratuga is here to deny it.
Yes, it was cancelled at the last second, so no extra money is going to be lost. But still, oh my god, he's going to be caught off guard.
Oh no, the move command! No, puppy!
Blink. Okay, he blinks. I mean, those Banelings were about to kill every one of them, but still, he loses a lot of units, mate. And I think now this is the time for the ZergLord to do a counterattack.
Yeah, exactly. That was not what we needed there from Tiratuga. We even have a couple of biles, and the War Prism goes down.
Oh, that hurts, mate. That hurts. You lost a lot of your units, including your sentries. You lost your War Prism, and the Zealots are doing a good job. That was not a cancel, that was a kill, mate. So that is 300 minerals down the drain for the ZergLord.
Oh yeah, that was a
but
very...
The Zerglord is nearly maxed out. The question is, does he care really?
That is a good question, mate. My question is, Tiratuga, where are your Archons? The Templar Archives just finished up. There we go. We have 4 High Templar being morphed in. We need as many Archons as possible to help buffer for the Ling Bane because the ZergLord, he's getting ready to push out. And the Zealots, no!
Oh no, Zerglord charge directly into Veilings, immediately melt, and now here we go. The Zerglord going in with all the Veilings, all the Zerlings. These plays are really good for Tiratuga, and a lot of these Stalkers are gonna survive, but meanwhile, Roaches and Ravagers are wreaking havoc to the base of Tiratuga. 12 workers killed, 13 workers killed, and more.
Oh, but with this Warp in and with Overcharge, Tiratuga is going to be able to hold against this attack. He blinks on forward, he cleans everything up, and he can go for a bit of a counterattack. He has to go for a counterattack, especially after losing all those workers.
That was a lot of worker skill. Now the question is, a lot of the army that ZergLord had in the previous engagement was Zerlings in Berling's. And that is easily disposable. What's the word I'm looking for? Population. So now we have only Roaches made, and the army of the ZergLord is not as big as it looks.
Oh yeah, it is inflated supply. Roach Ravager isn't the most efficient army, but it looks like Tiratuga isn't feeling too confident. He's waiting for another wave of Zealots, which I think is a good thing, because you just pointed out we need Banelings. We need Banelings to help deal with these Zealots.
Yes, and there we go, coming in for another round, Zerlongs and Stalkers. I'm very interesting how Tiratuga is delaying the area of effect damage. Like only Zealots and Stalkers is a very interesting composition to have to fight Zerg players.
It really is. I mean, we had 2 Archons earlier, but only 2 Archons. Disruptors are finally on the way, and they are going to be a game changer. Zealot's going to be denying this base once again. The ZergLord, he is having a hard time getting a 5th base. He's been stuck on 4 bases for a long time.
Yeah, the Zealot definitely he needs the 5th base. Tiratuga is not making it easy, and there we go. Zealot's going in to the 3rd base, doing as much damage as possible. 2 workers kills. Oh, that was a lot of Veilings for only 1 Zealot.
Yeah, the Zealots trade pretty efficiently, all things considered. They even take down one of the queens as well, pushing into creep like this. And no, not again, puppy, no, not again, blink away.
The blinks are good enough. The splits I think is good enough. No, how did those ended up there?
No, the miss rally. The game changers were the disruptors, but both disruptors get rallied into the army. They go down after doing nothing.
Yeah, now without Zealots, with only Stalkers and nothing more, the Tiratuga needs to defend this. But three Archons have arrived, and I think this is going to be enough firepower to deter the ZergLord for the moment. But at the moment, Tiratuga is down 40 supply.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everything would have been different if he had 3 disruptors right now. Like, 3 disruptors, that's like 60 supply right there. That's depending on their novas, you know. But Tiratuga, he gets another base up and running. Fun fact, he gets his 5th up before the ZergLord does.
Yeah, man, this is just goes to show you Protoss OP, right?
True. We have a bit of a Baneling run by. It is intercepted here by the army of Tiratuga, but he's being pulled apart, and it looks like the ZergLord will be able to take down this Nexus.
4 workers killed with the... Oh my god, I say 4. 16, 18 workers killed. Those Banelings just came out of nowhere and killed basically an entire base of worth of mineral workers for Tiratuga. And mate, is Tiratuga finally gonna start to break? He loses another base down here, but managed to cast all the army of the ZergLord.
Yeah, I mean, that was not the best trade. He did get a base. At the same time, the Zealots are going to be taking the 5th base once again of the ZergLord. And Tiratuga, now is the moment. He is pretty all in. I say pretty all in, like his worker count isn't the worst, but he needs to deal damage, and it looks like he's going to get a base for free.
Yes, mate, this is actually big. The ZergLord lost basically all his army destroying the bases of Tiratuga.
Yeah.
There's one saying in StarCraft, mate, don't throw away your army to destroy the economy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's kind of maybe a mistake that he's made. He's going for another Ling run by, and again, his goal here is maybe to force Tiratuga to turn around. But if he doesn't, another Nova goes off. Oh my god, connecting with 3 Ravagers.
Yes, that was a good Nova. Unfortunately, he also lost that disruptor because of the of the vials, but yeah, that was a nice one. And another base that goes down for the ZergLord. Mate, the ZergLord is down to 2 hatcheries.
He's down to 2 hatcheries. At the same time, the Ling Runby is dealing devastating damage across the map. Both players are hemorrhaging a lot of workers, but the main army of Tiratuga is still looking pretty strong, especially with all of these disruptors.
Yes, and remember, people, hatcheries lost for the Zerg is not only economy, it is also production.
Yeah. Exactly. Right now, Tiratuga, he's just chasing down all these things. He's gonna clean them all up, and now he's gonna be going for the kill. What do we have remaining here for the ZergLord? He's down in workers. He's down in army. I say he's down in army. He does have a pretty sizable force, but I'm really worried because we have 5 disruptors.
Yeah, just 1 or 2 good shots, and it's gonna be over, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see how good the splits of the ZergLord are versus these disruptors. First disruptor shot goes and hits nothing. Second one also hits nothing.
Third,
also the Roach Warren is here, mate. And
yeah.
Do you know what is the cooldown of the disruptor? How many do you need to have like continuous disruptor shots?
Man, he's got endless shots, mate. I say that, but he has none right now in the chamber. The ZergLord is pulling the trigger, but the Novas are coming off cooldown.
Yeah, that was a really good Nova for begins with. To begin with, there's no more Zerglings. There is only Roaches and Alright, he managed to save most of his army. I think the most important part. How many disruptors are left? 3 disruptors. He only lost 2. And his army is still sizable at home, mate.
Yeah, it's quite sizable back at home. You know, he's long distance mining here from a base. But he's ahead in probes. Like, he's honestly not in a bad position. I feel like if he had been a little bit more conservative with his Novas, he probably could have fought the army, but sniping the Roach Warren and going for a recall isn't the worst idea either, especially because we have 0 tech structures left. We have that Spire from earlier on, I guess. The Spire
Let's go, mate. Let's go, mate. Meet a switch in late game.
Mate, look at the gas bank. Mate. Not the worst idea, to be honest. Oh my god.
A lot of Zerglings that are being thrown to his death.
Exactly. Baneling Nest is being remade. Roach Warren is being remade. There's going to be a big lull here where the ZergLord can only make Lings. And the longer this goes on, Tiratuga is getting a little bit further ahead. Like, he's getting a little bit out of control. He's got more than double the worker count of his opponent.
Yeah, now the army is moving out, mate. And the army of the ZergLord is mostly Lings. This is not good versus what Tiratuga has.
Yeah, Lings are not the ideal unit. But at the same time, Tiratuga is... I'm also waiting for him to, start producing as well. Like, he's not supply blocked. He has an okay economy. I would love some Colossus. I feel like you add some Colossus here and, like, that's it. That's game. Especially against almost pure Ling Bane.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Meanwhile, oh, man, nice. Zerglings managed to find this base completely free of units to defend this, and 15 pros immediately went down, but on the other side, Tiratuga is moving in with his army. Yeah,
he's pushing up this ramp. We're going to see a couple of biles here on the army. Banelings do connect, but with Archons.
Oh, nice shot from the first disruptor. The second one not as good, but I think this is it, mate. I think the army of the ZergLord is now minuscule.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough Zelds coming from behind as well. GG gets called, and Tiratuga takes game number 1.
Wow. Mate, I was not expecting this from game number 1. What are we seeing?
That was wild, mate. That was wild. And this is why Tiratuga is a scary opponent. He's not consistent. He's not the favorite, but he can kill anyone. He's crazy. Oh my god. That was a scrappy game, mate. Very scrappy.
Yeah, mate. That was only game number 1. I mean, oh my god. Can you imagine if the ZergLord goes out at this moment, mate? All my predictions are gonna go down to the ring. all my credibility is gone instantly.
Oh my god. I mean, I think the scary, what I will say is that I'm sure Thavo will be very happy. I'm sure he'll be like, let's go, Tiratuga. But yeah, this is kind of scary, mate. This is a scary moment for the ZergLord. It's a best of 3. One more loss and he's done.
Oh no, mate. I just read the chat. White Hydra internet died.
Ah!
when either internet dies or Draconis is gonna be given the win.
Oh my, no! Not like Funada Latin American internet. Not like this, my ninja. Not like this. That was a winnable series.
Wait, White Hydra doesn't live very far away from me. I might die any moment as well.
Oh god. Yeah. There's a lot to take in right now. There's a lot going on when it comes to some of the players on the bracket, when it comes to our own series. I can see Bombilla in the chat, exclamation mark, Funada Bombilla. God damn it. Oh my god. And yeah. Let's go, mate. Let's go. Hopefully we get an ace match. That's all I hope for, mate. That's all I hope for.
I don't know, mate. I'm not keen to play more TVC to play more PVC, mate. You know how much I love that matchup.
True, mate. True. Oh god. I think what's wild about what we just saw as well is that like Tiratuga was again, he had very good army control when he was focusing on it. Like, do you remember his splits against the Banes? Like almost every fight, he would pull back. It's almost as if he like played a Terran in a previous life or something. It was great.
Yeah, so someone tell him to play Terran. Like, he could be good.
Yeah, he was splitting so well. There were some mistakes, some misrallies. We saw a lot of dead disruptors. But like, imagine if he had tightened up a little bit more. Like he can be a terrifying. He is a terrifying player, but he can be like a more consistent force in the region.
Yeah, we are going to find out in game number 2. We are just waiting for the players to be ready. And we're going to be in. Cosmos is joining us this time. That means that the match of Yanji versus Master is probably over.
Yeah.
I wanna see who won. Let me quickly check.
Oh, okay. We're going to get some live updates here from Darking as we are loading into game number 2. Are we going to go all the way to the ace match? Or does it all end here? Out of nowhere? I hope not, but we're about to find out.
Okay, I got that result. Master did win versus Yanji 2-0.
That's in the chat for our fallen Terran.
Here we go, everyone. Welcome to Hardwire LE and Spawny here. The Zerg player for Team Super. He needs to win 2 in a row. This is TheZergLord.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player himself, currently up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. He only needs one more to move on to face his countryman, Tavo. It is Tiratuga.
Are you okay, mate?
No.
I think if you try to do one more game, mate, you're going to start coughing blood.
Mate, I am out of water. I need to get some water after this, mate.
It's okay, mate. You just go and get some their iced coffee, mate. Mix it up with a little Inca Cola, and there we go.
That's gonna kill me, mate.
Doesn't matter, mate. As long as you finish the tournament, that's all that matters.
True. That's all that matters. I'm working off of 2 hours of sleep, by the way. I just want to.
Yes, everyone. For those who don't know, ZvP just logged off a few hours ago from casting WCS EU. Yeah. Like, mate, you live in Australia. At what time did this start for you?
2 a.m. It started at 2 a.m. It ended at 5 a.m. I slept for 2 hours, woke up, and got ready for the next broadcast. Let's go! And before that, I was casting DreamHack China.
you need another European Duckling.
I do. I mean, I was casting with Kuro. It was at a decent time for her. We were able to cast some of her countrymen. But yeah, it would be nice.
What was Stilmol? Isn't Stilmol living in Israel?
He does live in Israel, but he is not necessarily available at that time.
Bunara Stilmol. This is why you are here, mate. You are supposed to be the European caster.
True. Oh boy. Regardless, we made it work anyway, and hey, the passion is fueling me right now. I do not regret anything. Just 24/7 StarCraft is what we have here on the CranKy Ducklings, and We'll see if it all ends here, mate. Tiratuga, once again, going for less Stargate.
Yeah, Stargate opening for Tiratuga once again in his main base. And once again, the ZergLord is not afraid to put his Overlord just in the middle of the base of his opponent, mate. Like, usually you hide it in one of the corners where your opponent cannot see it, but the ZergLord doesn't care, mate. He's like, no, mate, I'm scouting you. I'm letting you know that I'm scouting you.
Maybe he should care.
because unlike last game, Tiratuga went for Stalker, mate.
Yeah.
And finally, the Overlord is like, oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. I gotta pack my bags and leave. And he will. Oh, he's not in the right place.
Oh, there we go. I was like, that doesn't give vision. I thought that was okay. It was only one little hex away.
Exactly, the Overlord does survive. Once again, we do see an Oracle coming out for Tiratuga. Is he going to go for the triple Oracle again? Something to bear in mind. To be honest, the triple Oracle opener didn't really do much for Tiratuga. He didn't get a lot of worker kills. He was able to tag the army, I guess, but it didn't feel that significant.
Yeah, unfortunately. And I like it. The Oracle is not going straight across the map. He's gonna give vision to kill this Overlord. But meanwhile, mate, because the Stalker went off the door, one Zergling managed to enter the main base of Tiratuga and sees everything.
Yeah, the Overlord gives his life to still get a scout off for the Overmind, for the Hive, for the ZergLord. He will confirm the opener. I mean, he saw that earlier because of the Oracle, but he also confirms that a second Oracle is on the way as well.
Yeah, and yeah, spores are starting up in the bases of the ZergLord. Extra queens are popping off as well. ZergLord is preparing for what's coming.
Yeah, he's taking this very seriously as the first two Oracles are zooming out across the map. Only two Oracles this time. As we can see, the Stargate is no longer producing, and we see an immediate switch into a Robo.
Yes, a more traditional composition that Tiratuga is gonna start building up much sooner than in game number 1, which makes sense. Like, it worked pretty decently well for him in game number 1. Now let's see in game number 2 how he does it with a much faster Robo.
Oh my god.
That is ambitious, mate. Going into the main base with four adepts plus the 2 oracles.
Yeah, he will kill all the lings, which is something, and can he escape? He loses 1 adept in the process, and I guess all things considered, losing only 1 adept for that could have been a lot worse for Tiratuga.
Yeah, that was okay. Like they did okay. They did also a full scout into the main base of the ZergLord. I'm pretty sure that maybe the oracles could have picked up a couple extra workers while the queens were busy chasing those oracles, those adepts. But that's okay. That's okay. The most important part, those units are still alive.
Yes, they're still alive. They still have potential to deal damage, to scout, to tag the army if need be. As once again, the ZergLord is, for the most part, committing to roaches, but also going for a very fast Spire.
No, to be honest, the ZergLord went also for a fast Spire in the previous game, and we saw absolutely nothing from it.
Yeah.
So I personally wouldn't put any special meaning to it. It's just for decorative purposes.
Yeah, it's just a psych out his opponent. It's just to force Phoenixes. He wants it to be scouted, mate. But what I will say is that honestly, Mutas will do even better this game, because we see a Twilight Council and we don't see Blink, we see Charge instead. So the amount of anti-air available for Tiratuga is very minimal. Like, vanilla Stalkers is all he has. So Mutas would shut this down, except for the fact that Tiratuga, he's pushing out across the map here and now.
That is a very risky push, mate. I gotta say, the army is pretty small. There is no War Prism, but I mean, he's gonna try. He has 1 Immortal, he has Sentries, and we know that bots can do wonders. Everything is surrounded. Come on, recall. No, nothing is gonna be recalled. Everything's dying here for Tiratuga. Yeah, that was wasteful. Oh my god, he even let the Oracle die.
Alright, so we're going to the ace match.
Not yet, mate. Not yet. Remember, Protoss is broken.
True. He didn't even need all of that, mate. That's just to win the mental game, you know? Looking at the units lost tab, that was 3 adepts, 3 stalkers, an immortal, 2 sentries. That was, yeah, that was a very wasteful attack.
Yes, and 1 oracle. Remember, 1 oracle.
An oracle.
Yeah, that was like, why is he moving out with such a small army and no war prison? Tiratuga is still chilling in. He has 3 bases. The fourth is on the way. He's got +2 attack also on the way. So a second robo as well. So he wanna go for like the 1-2 punch with immortal and gateway units, which is pretty strong if you can land the 4 fields or have more than enough immortals to basically one-shot everything that your opponent's throwing at you.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but not after losing so much early on, and I'm really scared because as we see a tag in the main base, the mutas are coming out, and I feel like the mutas may just end the game. We have Archons, don't get me wrong, and we have Phoenixes on the way. It looks like the mutas have been spotted, but it may just be a little bit too late. The mutas are going straight for the Mineral Lines.
Yeah, there we go. The mutas are coming in. There is nothing to defend. There is not even a shield battery. Is there? No, there is not. And oh my god, the massacre, mate. Look what are they doing to the boys.
The massacre is real. We have a couple of stalkers being morphed in, but again, they do not have blink. They cannot keep up with these mutas. They just go down to the low ground. They just go to the natural.
I love how these mutas are just like ignoring the Phoenix that is shooting at them. Meanwhile, Zerlings going into the 4th base or for Tiratuga. They're killing a lot more Zerlings here, a lot more workers here, mate. And oh my god, the army is crashing in.
Yeah, exactly. The Bailings are rolling in as well. This is not the most efficient use of Bailings, but there's just not enough Protoss here anyway. The ZergLord taking down all the Archons, all the Immortals. The army of Tiratuga is falling, and GG gets called.
GG, and the ZergLord ties up the series 1-1.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was some questionable moves there by Tiratuga. That was I wasn't too sure about that, not gonna lie.
So yeah, man, I gotta say, what a very different game that we saw from Tiratuga this series, mate. It was like watching 2 different people play.
Yeah. It was a very different style, and again, Tiratuga, he just
he died.
He just died horribly, man. He threw away a little bit too much, didn't scout the Spire until it was too late, and again, going into charge lots like that, that's the ideal situation for the ZergLord to go for mutas. Like, that's when you want to go for them.
Yeah, now we are gonna into game number 3. What is gonna be the map? I'm about to find out. It's going to... Oh, mate, it's going to be Blackburn.
Oh, a very spicy map. Very short rush distance. By air, by ground. Goal bases, slow zones. Oh, boy. It's going to be pretty insane as we're getting ready for our ace match. This is where it all ends. This is where we find out who faces Tavo. And I would ask you for a favor, Papi. I would ask you to...
Oh, no.
Could you take care of the stream while I go and get some water? I need some water. I'm dying.
Oh no. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. So yeah, light is gone, everyone. It is only me here. Hello. And there we go. Light disappears into the nothingness. And it's okay. We are waiting here. We are here in the lobby, waiting for the players to start. Let me tell the players to not begin until Light ZvP. Oh no, they're about to begin. So we are going to see nothing for the first few seconds, mate, until Light returns. And yeah, but it's going to be, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a radio cast, mate, just like in the old days, even before my times. When players did audio-only cast and you had to follow the games on your own, it's going to be basically it. Oh, you came back just in time. I was about to do like an old-style radio cast, mate.
Nah, it's all good. Again, I just had to refill my water. It wasn't too bad. We are back.
I don't know how big is your house, mate. Are you gonna go to the next room? Are you gonna go? Like to the well, mate.
Yeah, I gotta go outside to the well, man. I gotta yank up that bucket. Oh my god.
Yeah, speaking of yanking out that bucket, here we have the third player coming all the way from Brazil who yanked that bucket of victory in the previous map for Team Super, TheZergLord.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn ALE, we have the madman himself who was able to take game 1, but fall apart a little bit there in game number 2. Can he bring it together in the ace match? Hailing from the land of Peru, representing Team Super, it is Tiratuga.
Oh no, luck.
Mate.
Mate, I feel that every time that you say God today, you're gonna shorten your lifespan for like 10 years.
It's happening, man. It's happening. Oh god. It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I have my agüita. I have my water. This is a good opportunity to remind everyone to make sure you hydrate your hydras. Make sure you drink plenty of water and posture check as well. You know, make sure. No slouching in the chat. No slouching.
No man, my posture went downhill like years ago.
You're like, mate, I'm an old man. All right, let me slouch. Let me. Oh god.
So there we go. I think the players are ready. The lag is resolved, and we are resuming the game. And
yeah, here we go. We just finished up our intros, and I hope Tiratuga doesn't go for charge again. I
don't mind charge, but for the love of God, we build a war prism.
Yeah, build a prism. You know, wait for the prism. Force fields, keep an eye on your army, all that good stuff. Don't push deep into creep without a plan. Like, I don't know what happened. He pushed into creep, and then suddenly he's like, oh my god, what am I doing here? He's like, what is happening? And suddenly he's surrounded by lings. It's like, wait, what did you expect to happen? Shaking my head.
Oh, what happens if I take this gun and pull it in my leg?
Oh my god. Yeah, why don't I just walk into my neighbor's house? You know, I'll just go in. It'll be fine. I'll be safe. Oh god.
But yeah, let's see this game what Tiratuga's plan is. And we're about to find out as soon as that cybercore is done. How much do you want to bet we're going to see another Stargate with oh my god, I forgot the names.
Oracles,
thank you.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he doesn't go for an Oracle opener. I feel like it's a pretty solid way to play. You can do a lot with Oracles. Obviously, we've seen that the Oracles haven't been dealing a lot of damage, but you know, they do a good job at scouting, keeping an eye on things, and keeping the Zerg player in check.
Yeah, especially because it's this map, mate. It's like the shortest map in the map pool by air.
Oh yeah. It is quite small. Sure, we have some slow zones, but I mean, you can quite easily avoid the slow zones and still get across the map anyway.
Oh my god, I still remember. I believe it was this. I think it was this map, or one similar map where we discovered that the warning signs that there is in the other entrance to your main base are actually different in each language.
Oh.
Yes, because you see the word warning, right?
I see the word caution.
Okay, you see caution, mate. I see cuidado.
Oh.
I had no idea that the maps like that were designed by people like had that ability.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wonder what else that applies to. Now I want to have a look at more ladder maps with more text.
I wonder if things like like the billboards and designs and things like that. One day, mate, that's a feature video.
Yeah, that's a useless fun facts with Fear Dragon, mate. That's what that is. Oh god. But yeah, so far opening up into this game, we do have another double Oracle opener. We may see a triple. This time the Overlord gets in and it sees everything, and there is nothing here that shoots up. We actually didn't have a Stalker opening from Tiratuga.
Yeah, no Stalker opening and a quick Twilight, so charge again, do you think?
I hope not. I'm really concerned. He is getting that Twilight Council much faster than the previous game. If you remember last game, he actually got a Robo first and then a Twilight Council.
Well, no, maybe it is.
Oh, maybe. Mate, are you feeling Glaives? There's no Forge for +1.
I mean, that's the logical conclusion, right? Because we have basically no stalkers. We have a lot of gas for being only zealots, and it has to be glaives, right?
Yeah, I would.
Right?
Oh.
Okay. It's blink. Okay, okay. I like it. It's the more conservative approach.
Yes.
And I think that is the best that is work for his style.
I agree. Like, with this, he can be a little bit more defensive. He can be a little bit more solid going into the mid game. He doesn't have to risk things. He doesn't have to risk dealing damage with adepts. And he can focus a lot more with his main army. This Forge does feel a little bit late. Usually, +1 is lined up with Blink. So this is a little bit mistimed. But it may not be the biggest deal if Tiratuga isn't interested in hitting a timing with +1.
Yeah, mate. Protoss is gonna be still OP, mate. Wait till we have +1.
They don't need upgrades, man. He's talking about. Mate, it doesn't matter how many upgrades you have. Disruptors still kill everything, you know.
True.
Oh god.
Mate, is there a single non-massive unit that actually survive one shot? Other than Ultralisk and Thors and Archons? I think tanks, right? I think tanks survive one shot.
I think you need 2 shots for a tank, like a queen. Oh god, but
oh wow, that is fast 4th gold base by Tiratuga, mate. That is unexpected.
Yeah. I kind of like this and I don't like this. So here we go. Not again. Tiratuga, he's pushing up the creep. He does have Revelation. He's clearing up the creep, thankfully, but hopefully he doesn't push too far in. He may be poking the bear here. He's gonna leave. Don't commit.
Okay. He's moving out. He's moving because I'm like, oh my god, once again, without the war prison.
Thankfully for Tiratuga, the Lings were not at home. They were across the map trying to deal damage to this gold base, so they weren't here to help surround the army. Tiratuga, so far, he gets away with the risks that he's taking. Takes out another Tuma.
Yes, there we go. Let's see how good the blink of Tiratuga is versus this Roach army. And the answer is we don't know because he just backs out.
Yeah,
oh my god, mate. Did you see what Tiratuga is building?
We have a Dark Shrine in the main base. Let's go Robo as well for that Warp Prism. Tiratuga, he is popping off. He's doing quite well keeping the creep at bay and getting away with this gold base. But this is why I imagine, yep, the ZergLord is looking to punish it. He has Banelings.
Yes, Banelings are on their way. By the way, just a little bad side note. I love the positioning of the Dark Shrine because if you don't click on it, it looks like a cannon.
True. Very true. Meanwhile, the Banelings roll in and 10 workers go down. There was no reaction here. We had a whirlwind of Stalkers, but it was not in time. And just like that, Tiratuga, he shuts down the economy of the gold base.
Yes, 10 workers killed immediately by the ZergLord, and now, oh my god, the ZergLord is gonna go in. He has a big army of Roach Javager here to fight against still Stalkers, mate. I don't think with Blink is gonna be enough.
Yeah, this army is massive, and this is why instead of a Dark Shrine, we should have seen a Robotics Bay. Instead, we do not have splash damage. The ZergLord, he can just keep on pushing, keep on going. There's nothing to stop him.
Yeah, the 2 Oracles got sniped as well. I mean, have we seen any Dark Templars? I don't think, not a single Dark Templar, but bad build, unfortunately.
Yeah, not a single DT. Charge is about to finish up, and Charge Lots will help with this army. We have an Overcharge being popped as well, but only a single shield battery at the 3rd base location. Can Tiratuga hold on?
I don't know, mate. Oh, he blinks forward. The charge is done as well. But this is gonna be enough. +1 attack is done for both sides. Zerlings are coming in from the other.
Yeah, exactly. When he blinked forward, I thought he was going to focus on the detection so he can morph in defensive DTs, but no, at the moment he just wants to fight the main army and he may just not have enough. The ZergLord, he's overwhelming him. He's basically maxed out, mate.
Yeah, and now his opponent is literally against the wall. No more space to run for Tiratuga, mate. 87 supply versus 154. TheZergLord, this base is gonna go in pieces.
Yeah, mate, we were worried for the ZergLord, but we had no reason to be. He may have lost the game number 1, but he was upset. He is angry. He takes down everything. A couple of DTs morphed in, but we do have plenty of detection.
Yeah, and the army of Tiratuga is now gone, and 3 G, and TheZergLord with one big push wins the series 2-1.
GG, well played. Tiratuga punished for going for the Dark Shrine. Again, that could have been a different form of tech. That could have been a robotic spay. We could have seen some defensive, I almost said Archon, some defensive disruptors. That's it. That's what it's called. Disruptors, some Novas, but alas, it was not meant to be. Oh.
GG, mates. With that, TheZergLord is still alive. My predictions are not going the way of the dodo.
Oh, thankfully, mate. Thankfully, that was close though. Like we've had a lot of really weird close games, but thankfully, everything is right in the world. The ZergLord is moving on to face Tavo.
Yes, ZergLord going on to move and gonna face Tavo in a TVC, mate, that we've seen many times before in our weekly events.
Mm-hmm.